Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever you find this video. What's up, sun seekers? You are more than enough. You are the gift, and you are the prize. I'm going to keep saying it because some of y'all have to get it, and some of y'all need reaffirmation. So, we're going to do this every time I come on here. You're more than enough. You're the gift, and you're the prize. So, I'm coming to y'all today. These planes flying overhead. You know, I live close to the airport. Uh, but I want to remind you of how magnificent you are. I want to remind you that you are not the sum total of your history, of your missteps. I'm going somewhere else. This is not where I was going to go. But, you know, I have conversations with friends and with family, and people often talk about the mistakes they've made. And language is very, very important. And so I'm very intentional about the language that I use. And for maybe about 20 years now, I don't say the word mistake anymore as it pertains to my life and my journey. I prefer the word learning lessons because I'm paying attention. Yeah, and so if I learned the lesson, if I got something out of it, if I'm more aware, if I'm better because of it, then it was a learning lesson. Sometimes there's casualties that I wish had not happened, but also realize that they had to happen the way they had to happen in order for me to get the lesson and the other person to get the lesson. But what I want to remind you is, in addition to you being more than enough, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're going through, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, no matter what the test results say, stay the course. Remain as honest and truth and committed to yourself and to your faith that you can. Honor your feelings. Feelings happen. Feelings are real, but feelings aren't always facts. And just because we feel some way about a situation doesn't mean that that's what the situation actually is or that's what it's going to turn out to be. Growth is uncomfortable. And what I'm experiencing now, even as I'm coming out of my wilderness season, things are happening. In the midst of the goodness, there are little things here and there. And I'm so grateful for the wisdom of me saying, I see it. I see it. I trust you. So just know that. And I've said it on many videos. Some seasons are longer than others. Some seasons are harder than others. And I look at it like this. Again, everything's about perspective. Sometimes your season is longer and harder because your results are going to be that much bigger. And so is the responsibility that comes with the results. Oh, and let's be clear, because some of us, myself included, recognize that to whom much is given, much is expected. And so some of us are like, we see the way people love to build people up to tear them down. And we just want to live our lives. We want to live in authenticity, and we want to live our best life, and we want to show up and do everything right and do everything good. But we don't want the backlash of not allowing us the grace to completely live this human existence. It's so quick for people to say what you're doing wrong, and especially when they're doing the same things, but they can point it out in you but can't see it within themselves. So one of my prayers today is that as you go through whatever you're going through, and even if you've come out of it, because we're all going to go through different seasons, is that you remain faithful to your faith. You stand strong, you hold tight, and believe, based off of your experience and based off of how you believe, that this is working for your benefit. Honor your feelings, but still sit in that space of peace, knowing that although I don't know how it's going to work out, when it's going to work out, what's going to be used, who's going to be used, how this thing is going to maneuver, you still have to trust. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Have the conversations with your maker that you need to have, with the universal energy, and just be honest with that of how you feel. I think the universe honors the truth. And sometimes, as I stated yesterday, even with your closest friends who love you, who actually want the best for you, sometimes you can't even tell them because it's not their journey. And sometimes, and I recognize this in a lot of us, we hear someone's situation and we're so quick, before they even finish the whole statement, we're already working on trying to fix it for them, fix it for them, fix it for them. And sometimes in those moments where you're explaining yourself, it's about you releasing it into the universe. It's not about you hearing the voice of, oh, well, let me do this and let me do that, or you should do this or you should do that. Because even with the best intentions, people don't know your journey. Hell, sometimes we don't even know our own journey. So to get all this unnecessary noise, even though it's meant to be positive, it could mess up the flow of what the universe is saying to us. So sometimes it's okay. It's actually not okay. It's just necessary to go off to yourself and silently just listen to. You got to quiet all the voices, all the doubts, all the tapes that were played. You have to unplay those messed up tapes and messed up information, and even the information that was given to us sometimes from our parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, that for them it was with good intentions and they thought it was what was best for us, but and they meant well, but it wasn't for us. And we have to unlearn a whole lot of stuff in order to walk into our divine purpose. So this is going longer than I thought it was going to be. I was just going to say, give y'all some love. But I guess it's necessary. So who this is for is for you. I'm just a willing vessel. I'm just an open, willing vessel. So anyway, I'm praying for your peace. Most importantly, your peace. So that no matter what comes, you'll have the peace. No matter how many storms break out, no matter how many fires are behind you, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how rainy it gets, no matter how cold it gets, no matter how lonely it gets, that you recognize what's going on outside of you, but you also recognize, more importantly, what's inside of you, and that's the peace. So I pray for your peace as you go through your storms, and even as you go through your joys and your triumphs. I pray for your peace. I pray for your wisdom so you can know when to move and when to stand still, when to speak and when to be silent. To know when is a complete answer, or is the whole response you're going to get. And to know when you must speak up for yourself or for someone else. So I want you all to be blessed, my sun seekers. As the sun comes out, put a little sun on my face. Okay, so I love you guys for free. Thank you all for taking the time to watch and listen to my videos and comment on my videos. And my goal is just to use my experience to encourage, uplift, inspire. And one thing I learned probably about, I'm almost 54. This had to be this was about 30 years ago, is that the world has been revolving for billions of years. There's nothing new under the sun. I know that a lot of us have had our voices silenced or suppressed. And so I figure if I speak my truth, I can't be the only one experiencing what I'm experiencing. So there's strength in numbers. And whether you ever feel obligated or feel the need or want to share your story, just knowing that someone else is experiencing what you're experiencing, or that they feel the way you feel, there's strength in knowing you're not alone. You're not the only one. Everybody else may not say it, or they may not express it or whatever, but you're not alone. And it's okay to feel what you feel. It's okay to think how you think. It's okay to navigate this journey the way that you navigate this journey. I just ask, I pray for your peace and for your wisdom, so that you know what is divinely placed in you versus those old tapes that you've been told, or listen to the chatterbox from friends, family, and just people, especially out here on social media. So you all be blessed. And again, I thank you for allowing me these spaces to just come and just share and try to spread some light, some joy, some positive energy, and I'm honest, I don't just come on here when everything's good, I have to share how I really be feeling when I don't know what's going on, bro. Because again, I don't want to give people a false sense of life, and especially not my life. We have seasons, and we have the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, the in-betweens, the joys, the sorrows, the triumphs, the tribulations. We have all of that. And I think it's important to share a fully rounded version of humanity. And so if my voice, as they say, and it is true, to help one person. Oh, and I'm going to say this real quick. And this is not a brag. This is really heartfelt, meaningful, because I do the work in the sense of I'm sharing my truth, my vulnerabilities, my fears, my doubts. I share all that. I share my joys and this and other, and I do it because it's freeing for me, but I know it helps other people. And as I was coming out of my sowing season, the universe spoke to some people to honestly share with me how my presence, my smile, my words actually positively affect them. And that's the greatest gift ever. Yeah, because we live in a capitalistic society, I would love to have a whole lot of money, but not if the money's going to change me. So the fact that people actually take the time to say, you know what? I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you for doing what you do. Thank you for, and something the universe is good at, and again, just because I'm obedient, when someone crosses my heart, I reach out. And I'm just reaching out just to say, hey, how you doing? And most times, I always get the response, oh my God, you are always on time. And again, I always say, look, it ain't me. I'm just a country boy from Florida. It's the universe. I'm just a willing vessel. So I'm grateful. Oh, this thing going on 13 minutes. Lord, let me get off this thing. But okay, I can't squid. What's this? Anyway, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Be blessed. Know that you are more than enough. You are the gift. You are the prize. And you're going to get through this. And even if you're in your reaping season and the harvest, appreciate what you've gone through. Reach back and help somebody else if the universe tells you to, because some people you're hindering and not helping. But don't be a sore winner. We talk about sore losers, but some people are horrible winners. Like, you finally start to get back leveled up and you're building and building, and you get this cocky arrogance. Don't be that person. Still be humble and kind and loving. Because again, as I talk about seasons, they come and go, and I've seen many seasons in my life with money, with credit, with housing. I've seen it all over and over again. And guess what? I'm still standing. So I'm appreciative. And again, I go back to honor your feelings, because some days were so dark. I was like, I ain't trying to kill myself. But universe, if you don't wake me up, I'm going to be all right. Let me sleep this thing off. So, you got to honor all your feelings. Okay, I'm finna go because I'm getting long-winded. But I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Remember, you are the prize. You're the gift. And you are what? Repeat after me. More than enough. All right. I love you guys. Peace.